Welcome to the factory tour exclusively from MTD of KITAMURA Machinery. When you think about KITAMURA, what do you think about? First thing that crosses my mind is reliability and precision. But also we're going to talk about value today. What happens on the inside of these machines that make them last for decades with the same accuracy and reliability from day one. If you come inside with me, we're going to meet Dr. Kitamura, and then we're going to take you through the machine shop, through assembly, some hand scraping, and even service and support. So I hope you all join me, and let's head inside and say hi to Dr. Kitamura, shall we? Well, we've made it inside, Dr. Kitamura, and I just want to say thank you for having MTD in, and thank you for letting us be a part of sharing this amazing factory with the audience watching right now. So the first question I have for you, my friend, let's talk about the history of KITAMURA, what KITAMURA means to you, and what that cool looking logo looks like that you have there.
Anyway, first of all, thank you very much for your coming and attention for our company. And we are a cornerstone builder who constantly build machining center since 1933. We going to be celebrate 90th anniversary in next year. Then our logo for this mark is showing our cornerstone business. What's the shape of face milling machine? What's the sign for symbolic of our three principles, which is enthusiasm and harmony and sincerity. Then our nature to serve machining center business is we are always face and also intention to serve our potential customer as investment purpose. What the investment should be long-term use. That's our spirit to serve our potential customer.
Here at KITAMURA Machinery, it's been almost 100 years of existence. And something that they really want to portray is value. Value is of utmost importance. And what else I think of when I think about KITAMURA? Look at this tool change here, but it's not just this T15. We're talking T12, T20. It's about innovation, creativity. Did you know that KITAMURA just keeps winning global awards for speed? Let's talk a little bit more about that as well. Well, I know the audience would really love to see the factory and some of what you're doing here. But before we show them, let's talk a little bit about what sets KITAMURA apart as an elite machine maker here in Japan and around the world.
As I told you earlier, we would like to serve equipment as investment purpose. We, Kitamura itself, 100% private company. For case investment make, we need to sometimes save many money for long term to get the enough amount to spending money for investment, such as purchasing machines itself. Therefore, we understand how important money keep asking spending money for purchasing machining center to the potential users. Therefore, we believe machines should be extended to life of products, like we use the 10-20 year longer operating machine acceptable.
Here's a little behind the scenes tour of the factory. Can you imagine here at KITAMURA? So when Dr. Kitamura is talking about these parts here that are off to the side, do you see how thick they are? Do you see how strong they are? There's no cost being sacrificed into what they're creating. And what does the thicker material do for you? It creates the stability that you need for stronger components that are going to last a lifetime, decades and decades and decades. In fact, I was looking at one machine from 1971 that is still running right now. The only thing that's changed over that time is the software. And if you remember Dr. Kitamura talking about it, software keeps getting updated year after year to continue to keep up with what the demands are in manufacturing. So this is a little behind the scenes of what's going on at KITAMURA to give you the reliability, the precision, and everything that goes into value. How many times are we going to bring up value? I think it's important to do that as they are world winners in so many different areas of manufacturing. When we're talking about the quality, Dr. Kitamura, and we see a bit of this factory, you combine the significance of grinding with the superior precision of hand scraping as well. How does that work here at KITAMURA?
First, we get very low friction surface grinding finish, which result comes through the induction hardened finish. Once we can get to the hardened finish, such as Rockwell 55 maximum level, then after that we will get to the surface grinding finish, which means we can deliver the very low friction surface finish. Then we can get to the more faster feed rate than anybody else. Also, that extends the life of product itself. In addition, like he asked me for the hand scrape required. First, hand scrape is really important process, how deflection, avoiding deflection for full contact required. Actually, for the machine component itself is sometimes heavy weight. For while get the surface for assembling, sometimes deflection appear depend on assembling. Therefore, sometimes we keep disassemble and assemble several times to recognize the full surface contact. Then we will finish the hand scrape finish. If you consider the only surface accuracy, grinding machine, like a CNC grinding machine, will be effective more surface accuracy itself. But however, for case finished by surface grinding machine, cannot control deflection appear under the heavy construction assembling on the base of machine.
What do we know about hand scraping? Well, we know it means precision, but how do we get to it and when do we utilize it? So I'm going to try and make this as simple as possible for everyone to understand. First, we grind to perfection. I mean, it is purely perfect. But what happens when one heavy piece of material goes onto another piece of material? Oftentimes that material deviates a little bit or bends just a little bit. So what has KITAMURA done here to alleviate these issues? This is where hand scraping comes in. So grind to perfection, put the heavy piece of material on the other piece, find out where those deviations are in the material, and then start the hand scraping process. KITAMURA will do this several times, on, off, to make sure the weight and the load being put on the base are gonna be absolutely perfect when they assemble. Now, a lot of companies out there will just throw a shim in between the two pieces to kind of alleviate the issue, but that's a short-term goal. We have long-term goals here at KITAMURA, and that's what you're looking at here, is the hand scraping to bring about that pure precision and repetition of the deviation of the material. I hope I've explained that well. Now let's go back to Dr. KITAMURA. So, Dr. KITAMURA, when I listen to you speak about the overall quality and how you reach that quality, it kind of means that a customer is going to have your machine for decades and it's still going to run with precision and accuracy. How do you support machines that have been in the field for 10, 20, and 30 years?
You know, the mechanical design itself is possible to extend the life product enough. But however, for the product we produce, we call CNC, which is computer numerical control. But computer itself is sometimes very short life through the general consumer product type of the warranty issues. That makes not much the investment purpose. Therefore, we start to build on control, what's back reading of I am Kitamura, which namely Aromatic MI. What's Aromatic MI is on control, what's started since 2008. Then since 2008 product, we already upgrade version 340s. These all past 340, even initial unit what we started in 2008 model, we can upgrade to the latest model. Meaning, even the customer who bought the 2008, they can upgrade with most modernized series. Meaning, depreciation of value of product is never decreased.
Well, we know the quality of the machines, which means there's going to be a lot of longevity. So how do you support that many machines? Well, I welcome you to the inventory. We're talking $40 million worth of inventory around the world and $15 million just right here. And that's going back 20 years of machines, making sure that you're taken care of. Service and support is so very important. And here you can see that it's important for KITAMURA as well. Dr. Kitamura always wants to convey that he's improving the software year after year after year. Now, I still have a ton to learn about it, but thanks to my girlfriend here and learning a little bit more about the software, we can see how easy it is to use, how bright the screen is, and it's going to continue to be updated to make sure you're taken care of for these high-quality machines that last for decades and decades on end. Well, Dr. Kitamura, you guys have been around for almost 100 years at this point, and every time I look around this beautiful facility, there's a next level way of thinking, and that even goes into all the areas of your company, including assembly. When you're assembling here in Japan, you have climate-controlled rooms, you have special ventilation. Would you like to describe some of the assembly processes you have here?
Yeah. We have 3 assembly sections, which is one assembly section is assembling for smaller size machining center, which is control environment, which basically 10,000 NASA 10,000 clean room, which is 10,000 less 10,000 dust within the 1 cubic feet. Then other plant assembly line is bigger for bigger machine, which is also clean factory, which is under NASA 10,000 class, which is another plant with less than 10,000 dust within the 1 cubic feet. Also, the whole floor was protected by anti-vibration coating, as well as very heavy anti-weight capacity, which sometimes fill out more than 600 concrete, even under the ground. Then we have big, heavy capacity weight, anti-weight.
Well, here we are in the assembly area of these high-quality KITAMURA machines. What I'd like to take note of is, as we look around, is the high ceilings, the ventilation system, and the temperature-controlled rooms, making sure that everything that leaves here is already tested and proven and ready to go. With that being said, let's also give some major thanks to the hardworking people that are putting these machines together. Well, Dr. Kitamura, again, I thank you so much for your time. And when I think about Kitamura, I think about the speed. I think about the fact that you've won world records for speed multiple times, from 66 and 71. I'm looking at a tool changer here. You got T12, T15, T20. You are the innovators of technology on a global level. But let's wrap up this whole conversation with a message that you would like to share with the audience to let them know this is KITAMURA, and we're here for a long time.
It takes a lot of time to talk everything. Initially, we got the world record for feed rate speed in early 1960, which does 4,000 inch per minute by solid box waveguide, which was world fastest rapid feed rate by rack and pinion system. That's also solid box waveguide by low friction surface finished. Then another world fastest speed appeared 10,000 RPM speed, but was only standard machining center in 1980s. Then, like Tony mentioned, T series, T12 was appear market in 1970, which is basically idea coming through the statue of Buddha with 1,000 arms. That shape itself is very similar with statue of Buddha with 1,000 arms. Then that obtain the patent through the every country we could obtain the patent, which means every domestic country in that times. Then that patent itself is we have made allowed license use to the other manufacturer such as Donau in European case and other American machine tool builder as well. Then we could success such milling machine. But unfortunately, in early 1970, machining center was not specified in case vertical spindle. Commonly, machining center should be horizontal spindle in early 1970. Therefore, the products specify namely full automation milling machine. I don't know who started mention machining center in case vertical machining center first, but truly that was machining center. In the speed what Tony mentioned, T series was world fastest tool changing speed, even 1970, less 2 seconds can change it tool itself. Then in addition, in 1984, we could produce 150,000 spindle product, what was KP1, KP4. Then in addition, we now step up the speed 2,000 inch per minute solid box way guide, what's drive by ball screw design. What used to be rack and pinion, but we got the world record speed by 4,000 inch per minute in 1960s.
Well, thank you so much, Dr. Kitamura. This is all important to understand because talking with you, I know it's very important for the audience watching to realize value. Value is so important to everyone here at KITAMURA, right?
In fact, is even our machine shop still we use our product which made 1960s. Design-wise itself, we allowed to use more than 50 years itself. Only problem we have control. Now we are having ability to offer own control, but allow keep upgrade for you. Mean longevity may be extended to offer you. Mean your investment truly you can enjoy the long term.
Enjoy a long time, my friend. Very well said. And thank you so much for having MTD in. Whoa, whoa, where do you think you're going? This movie isn't over yet. Do you remember that machine I said 1971? Well, I was actually a little bit incorrect. It is 1972, but I was able to find it, which means this is what we're talking about when we talk about reliability and longevity. This machine is still running today from 1972 with only the software having a bit of an upgrade. The body itself, almost indestructible. Amazing. We'll see you all again soon. Well, that is the KITAMURA factory here in Japan. Dr. Kitamura was so gracious to allow MTDCNC to come in and film this factory for you, to share time with us so that we can all learn a bit more about the history and importance, significance, and growth of KITAMURA. I hope you've all enjoyed this tour as much as I have. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you all again soon.